Welcome to Daily Living Insights channel. Today we are going to see the various ways you can build your confidence and be the best version of yourself. Hope you will enjoy, and please remember to comment, like, share and subscribe to my channel. Also remember to click the notification button for more videos. So, why be confident? Well, simply put, confidence is something that is a necessary component in a person's life, and it goes hand in hand with self-esteem. This is because people with low self-esteem tend to see the world as a hostile place and themselves as its victim. As a result, they are reluctant to express and assert themselves, miss out on experiences and opportunities, and feel powerless to change things because such emotions of self-doubt control their lives. Humans have the unique and incredible capacity to experience a wide range of emotions. But if you let negative emotions dictate your experience of life without pinpointing why you feel a particular way, then it is time you work on yourself. Therefore, when you learn to tame them, you win and become a more confident person. When you learn how to be confident, you can use it in your everyday life to tackle all of your goals and challenges. So many successful people credit their sense of self and their confidence to their success. But not many people really explain how to build confidence, or how to become confident. Anyway, to explain it the best way, low self-confidence isn't a life sentence. Self-confidence can be learned, practiced, and mastered just like any other skill. Once you master it, everything in your life will change for the better. Barry Davenport. 1. Remove negativity from your life. Write a list of the things you're tolerating and putting up with in your life. Then write down how you can remove, minimize, or diminish each one. You may want to do this with pen and paper, as it feels just a little more real and definite than on screen. It's also a good idea to put the priority items at the top of your list, so you can begin resolving these first. When you do this, you will realize that you are getting better because it feels real while doing it. When you write things down, the subconscious mind absorbs them and starts to act on them behind the scenes. And this is possible because most of our habits are shaped by our subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is the part of the mind that is not in the state of awareness. This part of mind contains the memory banks, thought generators, emotions generators, a sensory input controller, and a dedicated storage for habits. It is basically responsible for recording events gathered through 5 sensory organs, producing thoughts or emotions, and providing habits or autopilot programs to the conscious mind. Therefore, you can see why this is important. 2. Be fearless. Again, this means that you have to learn to tame your emotions. Luckily, there are many ways to do this, but my favorite one is using affirmations. This can be done through listening to them while sleeping, what is usually known as sleep programming. When you do this, you may not see change instantly because it takes time for your mind to absorb them. This means you must continue doing what you are working on, and even if you fail, you should not give up. Failing isn't your enemy, isn't your adversary, it's dreading disappointment that genuinely cripples you. If you set big goals and have big dreams, you're going to feel overwhelmed, and you're inevitably going to feel like you can't do it. In those moments you have to look inside yourself, and gather every ounce of courage you have and just keep going. Every single wildly successful person has been afraid, and they've kept working and taking risks anyway, because what they are trying to accomplish is more important and urgent than their fear they will fail. Think about how much you want to achieve your goal, then put your fear to the side, and keep going, one day at a time. 3. Know your values. When you understand yourself, your likes and dislikes, what you can and can't tolerate, you will be confident by default because you will be able to create boundaries that will guard your personality. People who don't have boundaries tend to get conflict with others because they don't know what to tolerate and what not to. They begin self-doubting themselves because of the lack of self-awareness. Part of the problem with self-doubt is that you begin to doubt the core of who you are, the values that inspire you and guide your decisions. To truly learn how to be confident, you must know what your values are: loyalty, appreciation, creativity, and so on. Stop thinking of values like compassion and generosity as weaknesses and instead take pride in them. They make you uniquely you. When you know your values, you'll be able to make value-driven choices, which leave no room for doubt. Strong decision-making is a trait of top leaders and a key to living with confidence. When you're living up to your own standards, you'll have absolute certainty, and that's the definition of an extraordinary life filled with passion and purpose. 4. Change your body language and image. Posture, smile, eye contact and words come into play here. Simply pulling your shoulders back will give others the impression that you are a confident person. Smiling not only makes you feel better, it also makes others feel more comfortable around you. Imagine a person with good posture and a smile, you would imagine a confident person. Look at the person you want to talk to, not at their shoes. Maintaining eye contact will demonstrate confidence. Also, speak slowly. Research has proved that those who take the time to speak slowly and clearly feel more self-confidence and appear more self-confident to others. The added benefit is that they will actually be able to understand what you are talking about. Work harder, comb your hair, shave your hair clean, and get dressed. This not only makes you feel better about yourself, but it also makes you more likely to be seen as successful and confident by others. An important reminder: when buying new clothes, please practice wearing clothes at home to overcome any malfunctions in the wardrobe before you set off. Body language portrays a lot about a person and determines how people will treat you. Imagine a person slouching, looking down and inaudible. People will not take him seriously and will often be overlooked. And if such a person was a guy looking to seduce a woman, his chances to impress her would be slim to none. But if the same guy enters a room chest forward, shoulders back and smiling, he will get many looks coming his way. 5. Be your number one fan. One thing with the people who are seen as confident is that they have learned and developed a habit of appreciating themselves even with the little they achieve. They never put themselves down or allow negativity from outside influence their lives. They know that they can achieve anything even if they fail countless times. By taking the time to stop and appreciate who you are and what you've achieved, and perhaps learn through a few mistakes, stumbles and losses, you actually can enhance everything about you. Self-acknowledgement and appreciation are what give you the insights and awareness to move forward toward higher goals and accomplishments. If you don't acknowledge your accomplishments, you won't know what you're capable of. If you don't know what you're capable of, there's nothing to be confident about. It's your accomplishments that make you realize what you're capable of, and realizing what you're capable of is what builds your self-confidence. The size or impact of your accomplishments doesn't matter. What matters is being aware of your accomplishments and celebrating them. If you've been doing 100 push-ups every day, acknowledge it. If you're in a great relationship that works, acknowledge it. If you've contributed in a fundraising, acknowledge it. If you're running a successful business, acknowledge it. If you're a great parent and your kids love you, acknowledge it. If you've got a degree and excel in your field, acknowledge it. Accomplishments come in all shapes and sizes. If you've contributed to more than 10 websites and blogs over the past year, you acknowledge that, and that helps your confidence as a writer and blogger. Don't take your accomplishments for granted, your confidence will benefit from it. 6. Critique your critical thoughts. Usually, when in autopilot, many thoughts traverse our mind without our awareness. This includes negative thoughts that control our lives without our awareness. Oftentimes, we hear a voice that keeps critiquing and put us down. Even in other times, we all have critical thoughts about ourselves. Times when we look at ourselves in a negative light. However, many times, those critical thoughts aren't based in reality. It's important to examine these thoughts to understand when they don't have a basis in reality. If you critically examine your negative perceptions and then take a realistic view of them, you will probably find that many of them are false. When you realize these thoughts aren't true, it's a big step to greater confidence. Realize that many negative thoughts happen on autopilot, below your conscious awareness, and don't reflect reality but just happen because of past conditioning. It's possible that your lack of self-confidence is in fact due to negative thinking that has no basis. So examine those thoughts to see what's actually real and what's not.